The federal government, of course, as we've been talking about, has been seeing significant changes in the federal workforce. The latest changes we've been talking about now at the State Department, where we've been seeing employees that were just told recently that they are going to be let go, beginning to walk out of its facility in Northwest Washington. Let's get back to Matt Gregory. He is there live for us. Matt, not only describe the scene for us at this point, but also tell us, based on the conversations that you have had with those workers that have not been willing to go on camera, does there appear to be any sort of consistency in terms of the sort of workers that are being let go at this point?
They all seem to believe there was different reasons for their departments wholesale, some of them being let go. I mean, remember when you talk about the State Department, you're talking about civil employees, right? You're also talking about foreign service officers as well. So some of the civil servant employees we talked to said, you know, their role has been diminished as maybe perhaps the U.S.'s money in that particular diplomatic engagement is being drawn down. But again, they all said the work they were doing was so important, not just to the United States, but to the United States' place in the world. And you know, one of the things we always talk about off camera, guys, is soft power of the United States, the ability to maneuver conflicts before they become conflicts. And this is where we've seen a lot of the riffing, is in certain areas that this particular administration claims to deem is no longer a priority. But I want to show you how this looks out here outside of the Harry Truman building. There's a receiving line over here. This is where folks are leaving now. We're counting down, Larry, the minutes in the day. It's about 5, or you know, a little bit closer to 4:30, 5 o'clock is when the last ones will leave, but they have a receiving line of folks clapping for them as they head out, some with boxes, some by themselves. And then over here on this side, this is on the other side of C Street, as they walk through, and you can come for a walk with me real quick, you can see there's a whole group of people that's gathered over here, camera crews, former State Department employees. I would like to point out that, you know, many of these folks don't know each other. They're here to show support and solidarity. And one of the things I remember them saying is that, you know, when it comes to the military, they always got to thank you for your service, but not for these folks in the foreign service. So, you know, as we're seeing this, we've seen clapping, there's people coming through, tears, people with boxes. It's become, you know, a farewell that so many people are a part of right now. And we're, of course, going to be here throughout the afternoon trying to bring them their stories. I just spoke with a few just a few minutes ago. They said they didn't want to talk on camera. I said, are you worried about retribution? Are you worried about something? They said, no, it's too emotional at this point to talk about. So that's kind of what it feels like on the ground floor. People are clapping, but you can also feel kind of like the sadness that kind of lingers in the air. And that's what we're seeing right here outside the State Department. Back to you.
Yeah, no doubt. A similar scene that we saw in front of USAID when they too had layoffs just months ago when these federal reductions began. And then the question becomes, after the shock, what will be their next steps? In a job market that is tough right now for many to get back on their feet, what will these workers in these specialized categories be able to do and try to get back on their feet to support themselves and their families? Of course, we will wait and see how that pans out. Matt Gregory, we will see you in about a half an hour or so. Thank you so much for the update. We appreciate it.